Hey you guys, Desmond here,
And LaCresha.
and welcome back to the channel. And
Woo!
today we are here to discuss RuPaul's Drag Race Season 16, Episode 3, The Mother of All Balls. But before we start talking about balls, I need you to go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, honey. We have a goal of 1,000 subscribers that we would love to reach by July. So if you could go ahead and hit that subscribe button, we would love you forever and always. I promise we're a good time, okay?
Forever
I promise we're
or
a good time.
always.
So, what did you think of the episode altogether?
It was a really busy episode, man.
It was a lot. It was a lot.
It was a lot. It felt like there wasn't enough time for everything, so you just got like real quick flashes of
Oh,
stuff.
honey, I thought I was watching season 15 again. I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa.
But look, at least this time it wasn't taken up by a half-cocked show.
They didn't get a second season. After we were told Drag Race will never go back to an hour and a half. Okay. Anyway, but overall, I did like
Over.
the episode. I thought it was really fun,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just glad we're all in the room. And I hate the first queen that went home. I really hate
Yeah.
she went home. I loved her so much, but
Mhm.
they got to start going home. This isn't All
They
Stars
do.
9.
But
So
I loved All Stars 9.
All Stars 9 airs after this season, honey.
Well, mm.
I think you're talking about All Star 7, which I did love All Star
Yes,
7. I did.
I loved All Star 7. It was great. It was
Yes.
awesome.
I thought it was great for the fact that it was all winners.
Yes.
But let's go ahead and get into the Gigiana. So we start off the episode with the queens entering the workroom, well, the group 2 queens. They sit down, they
Hmm.
congratulate Plain Jane for getting the win. Um,
Mm.
and before we continue on, I will say this. Plain Jane is more tolerable when there's more queens in the room. I didn't find her as annoying this episode. Like the first episode, I'm like, oh my god, she's so rude, etc., etc. This episode, it was a little bit better, and plus, I love how some of the queens are starting to snap back.
Yes.
Not as hard as Plain Jane has been coming for them, but they're starting to. And I think if Plain Jane continues down this route, there will be a big moment where one of them finally has it and returns the energy. I know we
Hmm.
saw a little bit of it with the mandatory meeting in Untucked, but even
Hmm.
then, I felt like she could have really just, you know, mm, emptied in. So maybe that'll be part of her storyline for the season. Oh, she was a bitch, but by the end, we all love her.
Either that or she'll just have a long-term redemption story where she comes back for All Stars and it's like, I'm really sweet, you guys. I don't know what you're talking about. They
Mm.
just portrayed me that way. It was an edit.
Oh, honey, don't blame it on the edit now. Because that's my thing. Like I said, if I'm going to be on reality TV, let's be honest, I probably will fall into that villain role. But
Mm.
I wouldn't be so. Like, there are times in this episode where I'm like, you just went out of your way to come say something over here.
Hmm.
And part of me is like, did she do that unprompted, or were the producers like, go talk to Nymphia? Hey, hey, go talk to Geneva real quick.
Hmm.
So, part of me doesn't want to just, go, because it could be the producers behind her be like, hey,
The puppet masters.
yeah, and like, if you want to stay, you do what the producers ask. Like, okay, I'll go ask Nymphia. But, yeah, let's just continue on. So the alarm goes off because she done already done had hers. Sis. We get this little cryptic, creepy message, and our first group queens enter the workroom. I was kind of sad they all didn't get the whole little moment. You know how they walked in, they did a focus on Saphira. They did, they did a focus on Morphine. But the others, they just kind of flooped in. I'm like, no, give them all that moment. But then again, we are dealing with 42 looks we're going to have to eventually cover here in a second.
Yes.
But yeah, so the queens meet, they're hugging. All 20 of the New York girls know each other. And
All 20.
all 20 of them. Drag apparently only happens in New York.
New York, Atlanta, and LA.
And I don't even think there's anyone from Atlanta this season.
Nope.
But they meet up and immediately Morphine gathers Plain. She's like, oh, I'm shocked you won.
It's like, oh, you got the wrong energy, honey.
And I feel like if any queen is going to match Plain's energy, I feel like Morphine's going to be the one to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't wait. I will be applauding when she does it. But we also find out they are part of the same drag family. They share a drag mother, which makes them sisters.
Mm.
But apparently their drag mother has like 30 kids. And I'm like, ooh, I wouldn't want to have that many siblings, but hey. So Miss Plasma, for some reason, decided to come for Saphira. Once she announced that she won and she won singing opera, Plasma was like, oh, it must have been bass. And she's like, no, ma'am. Soprano, 6. Count it with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 ranges here, honey. All 6. 6.
Yes.
And I love when she called her strawberry shortcake. She's like, I know strawberry shortcake ain't coming for me. It was so good. It was so good. So we're going to move onwards. It's the next day in the workroom. The queens enter and we see the box for Saphira and Plain Jane. And it is their immunity potions. And we find out how it works here in a second. So RuPaul enters the workroom and tells Saphira and Plain Jane that they can use their immunity anytime they would like to. They can use it for themselves or to save another queen. But there is an expiration date. Which I kind of figured. I'm like, if you're going to let them choose, at a certain point, you're going to be like, well, hey, you can't use it past this challenge.
Right.
But RuPaul didn't say the date. Even later on the runway, RuPaul didn't say how much longer they had to use it. So I guess it's going to stay a surprise to us as well. Yeah. So afterwards, RuPaul announces that we are having a Mother of All Balls with 3 categories. Mother Goose, Significant Mother, and Call Me Mother Father Eleganza. With that third look, they have to make it there out of menswear. Men's, as it says here on the sign. I love when RuPaul says that. Men's. So, yes. Now, they have to run off and grab their material. So, you see what materials was there. What would have caught your eyes, and what would you have ran to first?
Hold on. My pictures are loading. They're super slow right now. What are you doing?
You are great. I know for me, I would go for, go for the flannel, go for the t-shirts, the suits, stuff that's already, material, stuff that's already made.
Ooh, yeah, I agree. I probably would have went for the sweaters because I'm a little bit bigger, so.
Yeah, and they would have been mad at me because I would have did that thing where I just grabbed a whole bunch of stuff. Rather if I need an armful of stuff, be like, nope, mine.
I just went and swiped the table.
and just walk away with a big old armful of clothes on the hanger. Mine.
I'd have just went swipe, grabbed a handful of clothes,
and then come back for accessories because I'm like, I can get accessories. I need the actual fabric. Listen, I am a big person. I need as much as I can get over here, okay? Don't know how to sew to save my life, but I'm going to have some of the best stuff over there. I mean, I'll give you this if you can help me oh, can you do? Oh, yeah. I'll give you this right here. If you can lay that out and cut it or whatever, you're supposed to do to make a garment, and be like, oh, you want this? Well, how about you do this? And by the end, I'm gonna have a great garment. How much of it did I make? Shit. That don't matter. I'm gonna have a great garment, okay? So after they get all of their stuff, RuPaul enters the workroom, does the walkthrough as normal. We find out who can sew, who can't sew, all the fun things. And right before RuPaul leaves, RuPaul pulls out this envelope that has the rankings from the first 2 weeks.
Ooh.
Now, it only showed where the queens ranked, like 1st through 7th. I wish it would have showed how each queen voted.
Ooh, that would have been shady.
Because, Plain Jane was a little nervous. She was like,
they gonna know I voted this kind of way.
I would have been nervous too, because, I already told you I would have been playing, strategically.
Strategically.
A little shady. So I would have been nervous too. I'm like, oh Lord, are they going to show how I voted? Oh, don't do that. I don't have time to explain to Nymphia why I put her in 6th place, okay?
Okay. Although, I mean, I guess you could kind of ascertain that from just, you playing strategically, because I know.
And I love how Nymphia was kind of clocking the tea. She's like, did you put me last? Did you put me in 6th place? I'm like, uh-huh. She's starting to put 2 and 2 together.
Yep.
I wonder if it's going to come back, because, this week was the last week for Raider Queen, because we didn't talk about that, but this is also the last week for the Raider Queen. So, for Group 1, we found out in 1st place was Saphira Crystal. 2nd place was Q. 3rd place was Dawn. 4th place was Mirage. 5th place was Morphine Love Dion. 6th place was Tsunami News. And 7th place was a mandatory meeting. I love saying a mandatory meeting's name. I really do.
I know.
I just love a mandatory meeting.
I don't like a mandatory meeting, but I like this a mandatory meeting.
I like this a mandatory meeting, but when I'm
I
at
like
work,
this a mandatory meeting. The other mandatory meetings.
Yeah, we had a mandatory meeting last Wednesday? Negative 10 degrees outside, and we're all at the chapel. Ooh.
Oh no! What did we have last week? I still had to do Reading Academy, and I'm like, is it not cold where you're at down there? Like, look, RGB, you're great, you're awesome, great, awesome food, but oh my God, like, give us up here give the redheaded stepchild a break, please.
But yes, the second group. Oh, did I not take a picture of the second group? I did not. Ooh.
You did not.
I'm slacking.
Yeah.
But we continue to see the queens make their garments, and now let's get into the main stage. Up first, we have the mother of all mothers, RuPaul. What did you think of RuPaul's look this week?
Them skirts just keep getting higher and higher.
Well, you already know.
But this. I like it. I love it. It's a lot of color, and I'm slowly but surely getting out of my no, I don't like color stage. I'm starting to really like color. So I think because I'm surrounded by it all day in the freaking classroom.
Now, you already know how I feel about this look. I love this look. She walked out in this and I was gagged.
Gagged. I heard you.
Now, this wig. I'm still gagged.
You don't like the wig? You know what? I'm not a big fan of the wig either.
And we tell RuPaul, try something a little different with the wigs. Maybe if it was pointing the other direction, because she already has this on that shoulder. So maybe if it was pointing the other direction, it gives a little symmetry.
Right.
But yeah, it's the wig. But everything else, I love, 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 love. One of my favorite RuPaul looks.
Hey.
So we're joined by Michelle Visage, who also looked amazing this week. Carson Kressley. and our special guest judge, Isaac Mizrahi.
Yes.
So, our first
I
category,
remember when he used to be the SHIT.
the first category is Mother Goose, based off of a nursery rhyme. So, LaCresha, what would Roxy St. James do with Mother Goose as a category?
Mother Goose as a category. Mm. Ooh, maybe the lady who lived in a shoe.
That was my first thought, was the old lady who lived in his shoe.
But I wouldn't be old. I'd just be the young hottie that had like 7 kids hanging off of her.
Oh no, I would have did the old lady drag. I would have did the old lady that lived in the shoe. I think I would have started off I don't know how I would get it there, but like a giant shoe, and then just kind of break out of it with my little cane that's made out of shoelaces and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
I would have been that old lady who lived in a shoe. Probably wear all leather because most, those old typey shoes are made out of leather.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I would have played it out. So for this category, we're just going to do a quick yes or no because there are 42 looks. We're going to do that for the first two. We'll be like, yes, we like it. No, we don't. And then for the final category, that's when we can, break it down a little bit more.
Things.
Yeah. But for the first category, up first, we have Geneva Carr serving Miss Muffet.
Miss Muffet. It was a good look. It was just really heavy at the bottom.
That's my thing. I was gonna say I like it. It was just heavy. I'm not sure if that spider made it heavy, but the bottom half was so heavy, and you can't really see her face because of the hat. And that's all I want to say.
Okay, I agree.
Moving on to Dawn giving Cushy Cow, which I've never heard of Cushy Cow.
I've never heard of Cushy Cow.
I love this. You?
Yeah, it's a good look. But then I love Dawn, so.
Up next is Hershey Liqueur Jete giving us, what is it, Bernie B? Yeah, Bernie B. Again, another one I never heard of. I love this look.
Yes.
My favorite of her three. What did you think?
Again, I like this. But,
Up
yellow
next
and black
is Mirage giving Baba Black Sheep. Yes, I like this one.
Yes, I like it.
I really like this one. It gives very much WWE Diva from like the 2000s. That's what they would come out in to wrestle. So, love it. Up next is Megami giving Little Bo Peep. I like this.
Yeah, and it was really funny coming out after like Baba Black Sheep.
Yeah, the producers knew what they were doing.
Okay, because you'd be like, oh, I'm looking for my sheep. Oh, but she came on the runway before me. My bad.
Up next is Amanda Tori Meaton giving us Little Pussy. Another one I've never heard of.
Never heard of.
And I don't like this look.
Yeah, it's not my favorite look. The shoes are awesome. I love the stockings with the garters.
That is cute, but
and so it's cute from like the waist down.
It's cute from the thigh down.
Okay.
Up next is Morphine Love Dion giving a man and a maid.
Never heard of that one.
I thought this was cute. I liked it.
Yes, I you know what? I like the latex look, which kind of makes me think that it was like store bought, but at the same time, hey, what are you gonna do? Listen, I love those shoes.
Listen,
those
a lot
shoes.
of these queens can't afford to go out and spend all that money, so I'm okay if something looks store bought as long as it's presented well. I'm good with it.
Exactly, and look, them shoes look like shoes you put on your Sims all the time.
They do. Up next is Maya Iman LePage giving Mary's Canary. I like this. It's just she's too short for the
feathers.
Yeah.
It should have been behind her. I don't know why it was in front of her.
Yeah, like I wish it was either behind or if it just continued on. You see it's on the lining of the actual dress. If it would have went down the other line, I think that would have been great. Or maybe some cute feather, fluffy gloves. But I just feel like the feathers at the top just make her disappear.
Mm-hmm.
Up next is Q serving the man in the moon. I
This was
fucking love
freaking
this. I
amazing.
love this so much. So much.
Very avant-garde, but very well put together.
Yes. Up next is Nymphia Wynn giving Little Boy Blue. Love this. Loved this.
Bloodrucker. It was a good look because I remember it. I just
Your picture is
out of
still
the
loading.
pictures. Huh?
Your picture is still loading.
No, I accidentally scrolled. I accidentally clicked and it turned the pictures off.
Oh no! Are they back up?
Yes.
Okay.
This was a good look.
I really,
Really
loved it.
good look.
But it gave me very pirate kind of as well.
I'm thinking Man in the Iron
But I still like it.
Man in the Iron Mask.
Up next is my favorite from this category, Saphira Crystal giving Peter Pumpkin Eater. This was everything. Like she came
really
out
was.
like a pumpkin. Not like she came out as a pumpkin.
She came out as a pumpkin.
Like that is amazing.
And she was able to walk in it.
That was my thing. She just floated down that runway. Just
Yes.
just
Probably had shoes on and everything. This was probably like the best like oversized dress runway I've ever seen.
like this was good. Real good. Up next is Plain Jane giving Pussycat by the Fire. I've never heard of Pussycat by the Fire.
Me neither.
Like somebody,
This sounds like Edgar Allan Poe poem,
yeah.
not Mother Goose.
I like this look, but it's giving me more Grisabella from Cats. Like when she was young, before she got old and wrinkly. Yeah, this was back when she was really talking about touch me. Yeah, this was her. Or maybe this is her when she got her new life. Because, you know, at the end of Cats, you know, she was given a new life. So here she is in her new life, honey, living her best. Living her best. But yeah, I really do like this. I think this was my favorite of the three Plain Jane looks. What did you think?
This was probably her best look.
Moving on to Tsunami Muse giving Humpty Dumpty. I love how creative this was. She came out. Just the first look alone, her coming out in the egg that has a dress on, I would have been like sold.
Yes.
But then she did a reveal that I should have saw coming, but I didn't. And I love that.
Right?
And now she is a fried egg. I love
You know what though? I appreciate this for what it was though.
Yes, this was
like,
so good.
The fact that it was because she could have kept the egg on, and what I really, really loved about her runway was the fact that she lets you absorb the egg first. Like, oh, it's an egg. How cute. How neat.
I like that. Okay.
And then she was like, bam!
Because Humpty Dumpty had a great fault.
Yes.
You know what would have been real cunty? I'll say it real cunty. Is if the egg would have cracked and she would have came out as all the king's horses or all the king's men. Like it completely turned into a king.
Oh, dang.
Because, you know, they couldn't put Humpty back together again. But I also like this as well. This was fun as well. It's just the yoke was just kind of, I guess, put on there. I was watching the pit stop, and Trixie was like, I wish it was a purse. And I'm like, yes. If it was a purse, I think that would have done better. But it's still an amazing look. Like, I love it.
Yeah.
Up next is Plasma, giving Tweedledum and Tweedledee. I like the concept of this look. I don't think it was executed properly.
It really wasn't.
You know, what did you think?
I was a little verklempt. It didn't translate well. Like, because I'm assuming what she was trying to give was the inflatable costumes you get where you look like you're riding on a horse, and it just wasn't executed properly. Because why are the arms like all the way up here where your legs are coming out at, And why does it look like he's coming out of your crotch?
The what from my understanding, it's supposed to give the illusion of one's on the other's shoulder.
Well, yeah, I got that.
So like
But
if you
their
look at it
shoulders
like
make it look
that, then
like
I
the head
see
moving.
it, but it's still not executed properly.
Mm-hmm.
All right, moving onwards to our next category, which is significant mother. So, which significant mother would Roxy St. James want to portray?
Oh, dang, there are so many.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, because I could go the soap opera route. I could go the soap opera route. I could go the music route, and then I would have been like Diana Ross.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I could have went the drag race route, and I would have been RuPaul, Ultimate Mother.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, or I could have sat there and went like ultimate like gay bi lesbian and just straight up like no more wire hanger.
For me, I even said it while we're watching. I would have done Katie Siegel so that they could get it cleared, but I would have came out dressed as her character Peggy Bundy, because to me that is the ultimate mother.
You know what though, and I agree.
Love Peggy Bundy, and I would rock that Peggy look, and I would come out walking like she does, be like, "Ow."
The little itty bitty tink 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 walk, yeah.
With a big smile, especially when she wants something.
The big red hair, the
big
cheetah print, and the black leggings.
Shoot, the little what do you call them? Little slip-on heel shoes she wore.
The little pussycat.
Yeah, but you
slippers.
wouldn't be able to tell me nothing. Even if I had the lip sync, I'd be like, you know what? I still serve that look, and you can't tell me I didn't. So once again, yes or no. Up first, we have Geneva Carr giving us Salma Hayek. No.
No.
Up next is Dawn giving Aubrey Hepburn. Love. Love, 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 love.
Don't understand the hat on the head, but other than that, it's pretty decent.
Up next is Hershey LaCour Jete giving Mother Nature. No.
No.
Hell no. Up next is Mirage giving La Llorona. Not gonna lie, I giggled when she came out in this, but I do like this.
La Llorona, Llorona.
I love the illusion, so yes, I like it.
Yes.
Up next, we have Megami serving Lady Gaga. No.
No.
Up next, we have a mandatory meeting giving us Michelle Visage pre-boo job and after the boo job. Whoa.
That went so fast, man. I didn't even see the pre-boob job.
I didn't like the first look. Loved the second look.
Yeah.
But this makeup. Now I've seen recent pictures of Amanda. She got it together now, but it's like woo wee.
Ooh, yeah, I know. Because that jawline, the needed to be blended more and needed to be less dark.
Mm-hmm. Moving on to Morphine Love Dion giving us Kris Jenner. Yes.
Yeah. I can see her wearing that.
I love how you're
I can see her wearing that now.
Up next is Maya Iman LePage serving Little Kim. Yes.
Yeah.
I was a little irritated when Michelle was like, "Oh, I see more Missy." No, you.
And
just
I think it was.
No, you see a plus size. You just see a plus size queen. You just saw a plus size queen. Like, this clearly was Little Kim to me. Like, even before she said Little Kim, I'm like, oh, this Little Kim. But yes, I like the look. Up next is Q giving Judy Garland. I fucking love this look. This is my favorite from this round. Like, yes. And then seeing the reference next to it, oh
gosh.
Oh.
Judy now, they did like a really good recreation of this.
A really good recreation of that dress. Oh, I love it. I love it. Up next is Nymphia Wynn giving Angelina Jolie. And did her wedding dress. I love how it's just a drawing of her wedding dress because I guess it was too expensive to get an actual picture of her in her
Yes.
wedding dress.
Well, because people paid exclusively for those pictures.
Oh. And then I love how she had her drag children from Taiwan to draw on the back of the dress. I'm like, oh, that's really cute. I love that. But yeah, I like it. Did you like it?
Yeah, I thought it was cute. It's not exactly the dress, and I would have liked it had it been exactly the dress, but it's still like a really cute representation of it.
So for our third, I almost skipped to the third category. Up next is Saphira Cristal, giving us the mother of all mothers, Eve.
Eve.
I love this so much.
Yes.
And I want that wig.
I know. I heard you talking about it.
I want it.
Because the only thing that would have made it better would have been if it had been like Shea Coulee's nude outfit.
Okay, but I feel like this is
But
good.
this is so good though.
Mm-hmm. Up next is Plain Jane as Octomom.
No. That was such a cop out. But again, how do we know what they can and can't afford? But at the same time, like, no.
I think it was smart because if you're gonna do a significant mother, that's Octomom. She gave birth to 8 children. I just felt like it could have been done better. Up next is Tsunami News, serving her mother, Candy Muse. I love this. I loved every second of this. I was like, go ahead. Somebody start playing Call Me Maybe. Let's go. Let's go. But yes, what did you think?
I thought it was really good.
Awesome. Up next is Plasma giving Anne Boyan. No,
not at all.
So
this looks nothing like her.
Our final category is Call Me Mother / Father Eleganza. So now we can slow down and actually talk, like we normally do. So up first we have Geneva Carr. What did you think of Miss Carr's design that she made?
It doesn't look. I don't know what it's supposed to be. They were talking about like something military, and the only thing that looked militant about it was like the top part. I like bits and pieces, but I don't like it as a whole.
I like it as a whole. I wish the skirt was a little bit longer. I agree with the judges. But overall, I really like the concept. I really love the shape. Just the skirt needed to be longer, and I would have chose a different color shoe. I know she tried to carry that purse to make it match, but I would have went with a different color.
Yeah.
All right, moving onwards to Dawn. I'm going to be honest. I didn't particularly care for this.
I like the boots.
I think that's about it. Like, I like the boots, and I see where she went, but I was just kind of sad because she was one of the queens in the room who can sew, and I'm like, oh, and you did such a good job with your first 2 categories. I feel like if you would have nailed this, you probably would have been voted for the top.
Right.
But yeah, like, I like it. Like, it's a soft boot. Like, I don't hate it. It's just, yeah. What did you think of Dawn's look here?
I agreed with everything you said. Like, I like the boots. I like the corset part. Just, they're bits and pieces that I like. Just, it's not one cohesive look together. And that kind of takes me out of it.
So up next we have Hershey Liqueur Jete. And I love this look. I was confused by the shoe color. Like, why do we have these orange shoes on? And I was really confused about her bottom placement at first until we found out she didn't make these pants. Then I was like, oh yeah, you finna lip sync. You didn't make the pants? In the design challenge.
Right.
I'm like, okay, the top is nice though.
I was like, where does she find enough fabric to make the pant?
I was really impressed. I'm like, that is a sickening pant. Like,
right.
I was feeling
it. And then
it.
I was like, oh, well, maybe it's just I said maybe she did the like a lot of queens do, where they have brought pants, and so in order to make their pants, they'll sit there and they'll measure out. They'll take their pants, lay them out, and then
See, that
no.
that would be my goal right there if I were to have to actually sew. Is okay. I have this here. I'm gonna measure it out in some stretch fabric and hope for the best. Okay. But yeah, once I found out she didn't make the pants, that hurt my spirit because I know this woman. I've worked with this woman. I've been to church with this woman. I know this lady, baby. She don't play, and I love her to death. All right, moving on to Mirage. What did you think of Mirage's look?
You know, yeah, that's a no for me, dog.
I will say this: I do like this overall. Compared
Yes.
to, like, especially since we saw where she started. Because at first I'm like, ooh, ooh. But it came together for me. I really enjoyed this. I would have chose a different shoe. Or a different color. Like maybe a black stripper heel. Because, she's going to wear a stripper heel. Maybe a black one. Because I know that forest, type green. I imagine she don't have a heel that color. But because to be
Right.
honest, who
Well, no,
would?
I like the cream colored stripper heel with the hunter green
I don't.
sweater dress.
But yeah, overall I do like
But I
this.
think if the cream had been present somewhere else in the fabric, it probably would have flowed a little
Yeah,
bit
if
better.
it was tied in somewhere else, I would have been like, you know what, cool. Like even if she
She
would have
probably
made
should
it,
have wore like a brown shoe.
yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. If she would have done it brown, it would have tied in with the straps that are going around her.
Yeah.
So moving on to Megami. Um, I like this look. I love this look. I thought it was fun, creative. Baby, she runs that place, and you gonna respect her,
hmm
okay? What?
She's like, I own 85% of this construction company.
Well, what did you think of her look?
You know what? I thought this was really put together like very well. When she
Mm-hmm.
was trying it on in the workroom, I was a little concerned.
Uh huh.
But seeing it as a whole, I get it and I understand it. And I was like,
I wish there was a
oh,
way they could have gave her like a fake little drill to walk out into,
right, right.
to complete the
But that was
illusion.
not on the accessories panel,
Yeah.
so
All right, so moving on to a mandatory meeting. I'm
I don't
going
like that wig.
I'm going to be honest, and I love me some a mandatory meeting, but if the queens weren't voting, I truly think she would have been in the bottom this week.
hmm
I feel like if Rue was judging, and you never know, Rue might have agreed with how they voted.
Exactly.
But the way I would have handled it, I don't think Maya would have been in the bottom, but Amanda
Mm.
would have been there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna move on to Morphine Love Dion, and I thought this was really cute.
Yeah, it is cute.
I love the
I wish
witch's
it
hat.
was.
I know she said she made it last minute. I'm like, well, I'm glad you did because it kind of completes the look for me.
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoyed it. What did you think of Miss Morphine here?
I wish the skirt was just a little bit longer,
Mm-hmm.
but I understand she was trying to show off the little booty cheeks because Rue said something,
Rue
and
did
that's how
so, and
you.
she was quick with it. She was like, yeah, uh huh.
Yeah,
You could tell that was
sure.
not in her point. Yes, my ass will be out.
Yep, yep. All the ass. I'm gonna give
all
you
this
all of
ass.
it.
Okay, you want to see ass? I'm finna give you ass. Okay,
I'm gonna give you all the ass.
all the ass.
All the ass.
Up next is
Yeah.
Maya Iman LePage. Now, is this the best? No, but I
No.
still like it. I
Yeah.
feel like she
It looks
pulled,
like something I wanted to wear back in 2000 and
like she really pulled this off at the end. So overall, I do
six.
like it. What did you think?
Um, yeah. This looks like something I would have tried to own back in the day. Not that old.
I didn't. I
sir.
wasn't gonna say anything this
But you
time.
were thinking.
I wasn't even thinking it. I was on my best behavior over here. I wasn't even thinking it. I wasn't even
You got
thinking
me
it.
so paranoid. Now I'm putting thoughts in your head. Um, but yeah, this would have been me in my little punk rock phase back in 2002.
All right, well, let's move on to Q. What did you
Oh
think
my
of
god.
Q's look here?
I'm not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
I love this.
Mm-hmm.
I did. I really did like this. I thought it was very unique.
I love this
But
as well. This was really good. I love the silhouette. Now, this is Vivian fucking Westwood.
guess what?
I'm going to accept it with gratitude. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. we still stand Melinda Verga in this house. But yes, I really enjoyed the look. I love the mix match patterns. Like it all works well for me.
But it works so
It
well
all works
together.
well for me.
It
Like,
looks so good. And I'm like, if only I was like 45 pounds skinnier, I'd try to squeeze into something like that.
oh honey, we'll just get some extra material so we can make it your size, okay?
We can make it in my size.
Yeah, we're gonna make it in your size, honey. If there's a will,
Yes.
there's a way. I'm gonna
All
get
is
me a.
Sarah Jessica Parker in the First Wives Club.
Listen,
We're going to make it in.
I'm gonna get me a sewing machine. Anyway,
I have one. I just don't utilize it like I should.
up next is Nymphia Wind. When I tell
Hey,
you, I love this so much.
I heard.
This was so good. Like
It
this
really
is
was good. It took
this.
my breath away, honestly.
I'm like, this is how you do it. This
Hmm.
is how you. This is how you
Yeah, you
do
do
it.
it.
Like this was just so good. Like it's just in the way it flowed, and it's just we saw her bullshit in the workroom the whole time,
Mhm.
and
The whole time.
I'm sitting there and I'm like, wow. Even through all the playing, she was still able to get something this good done. Like I'm calling it now. She will be in the finale. I'm
Yeah.
calling it now.
Yes. Look, and then she worked her little piece of yellow in there anyway.
Hmm. Right now, I feel like the finale is going to be her, Q, Saphira, maybe Plane, maybe Plane. If not Plasma, I can see RuPaul really liking Plasma, especially when we get to the comedy. So,
Mm-hmm.
like next week, I feel like she's going to do really good next week. So maybe Plasma. I'm not sure about that fourth spot in the top four, but I know for a fact Q, Saphira, and Nymphia are going to be there. Okay. So we're going to move onwards to Saphira Cristal. What did you think of Saphira's look this week?
I liked it,
Mm-hmm.
but that's more. It's a little bit more my style, other than the plaid stockings. I'm not a big fan of those. But other than that,
My first
like,
thought when I saw Saphira was, Andy's coming!
but see, look, my first thought would have been like banana, banana, banana.
Overall, I really like this. The skirt is a little weird to me,
Mm-hmm.
but everything else, like, check, 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 check. Love it so much. All right, let's move on to Plain Jane. What did you think of Miss Jane's look here?
I'm not a big fan of it, honestly.
Mm-hmm. Like, it's cute, but it's nothing, like, too crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like I don't know, because I've seen people do more with just as much fabric.
Yeah,
Like
it's
you
just...
sat there, you grabbed all of that, and then
and
that's
made it out
what
of the
you
blazer that Morphine originally wanted.
exactly.
And I don't know, it's something about the top. Like the skirt, I think is really cute. It's more the top that's really, it's not fully there for me. So this is
Yeah.
like a soft two. Like it's not bad. It's
Mm-hmm.
not great either. You know what I'm saying? It's just okay. Better than what I could do,
Yes.
honestly. Up next is Tsunami Muse. I thought this was so much fun. I thought this was cute. I really enjoyed this. I thought she did a really good job here. What did you
She
think?
did. I loved this. It was cute and it much better than the Argyle sock skirt
Yeah,
she was originally gonna go with. And
I'm
the
so glad she scrapped that.
right. I mean, and the thing is like she just tied everything together. Like the wig is right. You
Mm-hmm.
can't even tell there's a hairline there. Like the glasses were inspired. Just the little tie necklace. I loved it all.
And I would love a look like this so I can actually wear my glasses on the runway so I can see. I'll be like, oh, this is what it looks like in here. Hi. Because
Right?
I'm not putting on contacts. So if the look requires some glasses, I'll be like, yes, thank you. Put on my actual glasses. All right, let's go. Let's go see what the main stage actually looks like.
Hmm.
Because I promise you it'll be one big blur, and I'm just standing there like, no, and I can't. And as far as RuPaul is, RuPaul will be one big blur. I'll be like, I think that blur is RuPaul. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Look, RuPaul is over here and you're facing this way. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, you know it would be really bad if you were backwards.
Be like, RuPaul, you look stunning tonight. I'm over here. Oh, you still look stunning tonight. Oh my goodness. But yes, let's move on to Plasma.
Moving on.
I mean, the shape is good. It's just the material she chose to make this with. And it doesn't seem like it's finished.
Because it's not. You can tell where the split is that her hems were incomplete.
Yeah, it's a no for me, dog.
Moving on.
Yeah. So we have all of our amazing queens here. Who had your favorite look from this final round?
Mm. I swear, one of these days I'm going to remember their names.
Which one? I'll help you.
The one with the black and white outfit.
Black and white outfit. Q?
Q. Why can't I
Given the
remember
Vivian
that?
Westwood?
Yes.
Okay. My favorite is Nymphia Wynn. Like, she really turned it for me. She really did. So before the judges even critique, RuPaul's like, you may go rate a queen. Which honestly, I wish they could have done that, but there was only 7 queens, so. But I like that because you can't even go off of what the judges said. You really got to go off your own opinion,
Exactly.
or you know, if you want to be a little shady. Like I love how some of them were like, Plain Jane's been getting on my nerves. I'm gonna put her at number 10. I'm like, yes, girl. So they go backstage and they rate a queen. All 13, well, 14 together, but each queen ranked 13 queens. And I was really shocked. Plain Jane did it fair this time.
Mm-hmm.
I was like,
well, yeah, because she almost got caught up last time she did it the shady way.
I would have still did it. I would have been like,
Every time I see that stupid little pink triangle.
Nymphia number 13. Q number 12. Saphira number 11. Number 1, Plasma. I would have done it. I would have. Especially it being the last time, too. Oh, yeah. I would have. But we get back to the main stage, and we find out that the queens voted for... Oh, no. I'm sorry. Before we find that out, both Saphira and Plain Jane were given the option to use their immunity. They both decided not to.
Yes.
Not gonna lie to you. I know I would have just got it. But depending on what I was able to pull out, I would have been like, you know what, Rue? I'm gonna go ahead and, drink up. Go ahead and hand me that bottle. Because But if I pulled out something decent, I'll be like, no, I'm good. I'm good. But we find out that in the top, we had Nymphia Wind, Q, and Saphira Crystal. And in the bottom, we had Geneva Carr, Hershey Jete, and Maya Iman LePage. Here is our tops and bottoms. And out of the tops and bottom, RuPaul then decides who the winner is and who the bottom two are. So out of these 6 queens, she chose Nymphia Wind as the winner. Do you agree?
I guess she did pull out some pretty decent
Yeah,
looks.
looking at her, Q, and Saphira,
Mm-hmm.
I will be torn between her and Saphira. Honestly, give it to both her and Saphira Crystal. I think that's what I would have done. Just gave it to them both.
Yeah,
Because I
split the
feel,
money down the middle, 25 to you, 25 to you.
yeah, because, I like to do a little point system when I'm watching. And like for the first 2
Mm-hmm.
looks, it's like, oh, 5 points each. But for the last look, you can get like 10 points. And when I did that, both Saphira and Nymphia ended up with 18 out of the possible 20 points, where Q came up with 16. And I'm like, well, shit, just give them to them both. So, like, I don't disagree that Nymphia won because she did an amazing job. Amazing.
These are some really good screenshots of Rue.
Are they? Oh, well, the 6 pictures I did?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even realize it. She's telling the story. It was hard to get that. It was hard to get that Saphira Crystal screenshot of her in the triangle because they only had it for like a quick second. Like I had to get in there. I had to do it like 3 times before I actually got it.
Ooh.
Because everybody else gave me enough time to get a screenshot, but not Saphira. Baby, they're like, you see her. Moving on. And we find out that the bottom 2 is Geneva Carr and Hershey LaCour Jete. Do you agree with them being the bottom 2?
I think somebody else needed to be at the bottom.
Well, out of the option, it was Maya. Do you think Maya should have been lip syncing instead of one of them 2? Because we can only go off of what the queens voted for.
Right. I think if they would have put Maya down there, Maya would have swept the floor, though.
For me, I think, thinking back on the outfits,
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking back, I'm sorry.
Nah, go ahead.
I think Maya should have been here instead of Geneva.
Mm-hmm.
I think Maya should have. Out of the 3 that were in the bottom, I think I would have had Maya here. And like I said, as soon as I heard that Hershey did not sew those pants, I'm like, oh, baby, you lip syncing. You might be going home for that.
Mm-hmm.
Because let's talk about the lip sync. They lip sync to Maybe You're Right. No, Maybe You're the Problem by Ava Max. And I'm going to be honest, I thought Hershey won the lip sync.
Me too.
Like, I love that she played into the character. She gave us a little shout dance. I'm like, okay. But I really think it was the fact that she didn't make the pants. So RuPaul was already like, you know what? We finna send you on to the house.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like, it was close at times. But I think there was just a few small things that Hershey did that made me think she was going to win. Because overall, it was a decent lip sync. Nothing too crazy. But yeah, I really thought that Hershey won it. But I understand why RuPaul sent Hershey home.
Yeah.
But I do love the final pose where she squatted right in front of Geneva.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, look at me. Don't look at her.
Mm.
But we find out that Geneva Carr stays in the competition and Hershey LaCour Jete is the pork chop. So after she sachets away, they dance to a little bit of love. And we find out next week on RuPaul's Drag Race, we're doing RuPaul's Drag Race Live. Now, we saw this in All Stars 8, and it was a really big hit, so I'm glad that they decided to do this again. Honestly, this could be one of those challenges where they constantly do. Like, every year they do this. Because that is easy, because it's an improv challenge, and they can always come up with really silly skits they can do.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like this could be a staple going forward for the franchise. But yes, I overall enjoyed this episode. Do you have anything you want to add to it?
It was a very enjoyable episode.
It really was. But we're going to wrap things up here. LaCresha, where can they find you on social media?
You can find me at Cresha McGill. That's CRESHAMCGILL on all social media.
And you can find me in the club, Pocket Full of Bud Mama. But if I'm not there, you can find me on all social media platforms at Simply Desmond. That's SIMPLYDESMOND. Thank you so much for spending a piece of your day with us. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.